guys, Adam from ECC here. I'm joined by Simon and Liz, who are from the Lifestyle Pioneers. Where did you guys come up with the idea of hitting the road full time?
Maybe like the first week we met, we were talking about doing it.
Yeah, it's one
like
of those,
before we even were dating.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's on everyone's bucket list, I think, to do it. But it was just, everything sort of just fell into place. Our work situations, everything, and the age of the kids, we just thought, let's just go. Let's just do it.
There's no better time like
There's
now.
never been more traffic, you know. There's been a scooter, a helicopter, just because we sat down to do this.
Did you guys camp before? Like, were you intense before you started?
Yeah, so we've we've gradually built up, and we've been through nearly all the camping phases. So we started with a
swag.
Oh no, before that we had a pop-up dome tent for festivals. We used to go to a fair few music festivals. Then we went to swag, and then we did a rooftop tent, and then we did a camper trailer, and now we're in the caravan.
And tell us about the zone. What's good about it?
I like that we live off-grid for very long periods of time. So we can go a couple of weeks without seeing a town or a water tap or a power point. I think we only plugged into power maybe less than 10 times all of last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're pretty comfy off-grid for a long period of time, which is what we like the most.
What is it about being off-grid? And I guess, you know, we're currently in a caravan park. And it's probably nice to have the conveniences.
It is,
but
yeah.
What is it about being in the middle of nowhere?
We just don't like people. No.
At all.
No, in all honesty, there is just, I mean, even went back when we had the camper trailer and even before that in our camping days, there's just something about finding a wicked spot and having it all to yourself. Even just having one other camper there or a couple of other campers there, it doesn't quite feel as special. There's just something special about getting down a back road or something and finding your own campsite. Even if it's not the most spectacular campsite, it can feel that much better just because you got it yourself.
But then having said that too, if you've gone to a lot of effort to get to a campsite, the other campers there are usually your kind of people if we do meet them.
Yeah.
So it's usually not too bad. We usually have a few drinks and catch up with those people, and you tend to like them. You get along like a house on fire.
You got two boys.
Yep.
What's the upbringing for them? What's the experience for them? What is it as parents you're hoping to gain from it?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in there, I guess. I think they obviously learn a lot being out on the road. It's a very different lifestyle. Being able to travel the way we do with the caravan, we like that they've still got the comforts of home in the van. You know, they still sleep in the same bed every night. So even though we're going to these incredible places, they've got some of the stability and comforts of home, and we can maintain some sort of routine and that. But just being able to instill those values of curiosity and adventure and not necessarily going through life fitting into a box and just getting out and doing things a bit differently. Yeah.
Tips for anyone considering doing it?
Well, what would you say? Just do it. If you want to do it, just do it. Find a way to make it happen and go for it, because you're never going to regret trying it. If you try and it's not for you, you've tried it. Move on, find something else.
Yeah.
You don't want to get to the point where you're like, oh, geez, I wish I did that when I was, when my kids were little, or I had the opportunity to do it and I didn't take it. So
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the biggest message is
And I would
find a way to do it and go for it.
And I would just say, it's not always perfect, it's not always amazing, but it is amazing a lot of the time, and it makes up for it. But I guess if you do have a crack at it, and it's not, there is going to be a teething process where you got to settle into the lifestyle, find the balance that works for you, and then, just see what's for you and go for it.
Now, the question that probably everyone wants to know, you got kids, how do you get private time?
Yeah.
You seem to be creative, Adam.
I actually saw in the Everything Caravan and Camping group there was a question came up about this in the group, and it was a good read.
There's 233 good comments if you want to have a good scroll.
Yeah.
And there's lots and lots of opinions.
I think the general consensus in that was there's a lot more storms than people realise. There's a lot of windy conditions, a lot more than people realise, and a lot of kids getting a bit more of an education than they might have banked on.
Absolutely. Now, we're coming to the end of 2 weeks with What's Up, Downunder.
Yep.
Highlights?
Oh.
The people.
Yeah.
As amazing as the experiences have been, just connecting with good people is always a good time for me. So I'm going to say, meeting everyone.
Yeah, it's been a great crew, a great adventure. We've had a ball, and it's been great to see how a TV production gets filmed from behind the scenes, meet awesome people, both the other travellers and the crew. It's just been a great time.
And it's probably the most time you guys have spent in suburbia.
It's certainly the most we've ever been in the caravan parks.
You've ruined our powered site stats.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but like you said before, it's been a nice change, and yeah, we'll take it. But we're looking forward to going back to doing things our way as well. So yeah.
All right, 10 questions. Who's the messiest out of you two?
Definitely
Me.
Liz. Yeah, yeah.
Me, yeah,
Liz.
definitely.
Yeah.
Why are you the cleanest? Have you got OCD?
Yes, definitely.
Well, OCD is a big call, but it does annoy the hell out of me when things...
Simon likes to put things back where they belong, and I like to put things back where they fit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Morning person or night person?
I'm more of a morning person than Liz is, I think. Yeah, she's a bit slow to get out of bed sometimes.
I like to sleep in and like to go to bed early.
Yeah,
I'm neither of those things.
yeah.
Who does the washing?
We both do.
Liz does most of the clothes washing. Yeah.
And the cooking?
50-50, I'd say.
Yeah.
Who's the better chef?
Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liz goes alright, but yeah.
You're pretty confident there.
Yeah, no. Simon, if you're coming for dinner, Simon's cooking because unless we don't like you and then I'm cooking and you won't come back.
If anyone's watched our YouTube, we don't hide it.
What's the go-to? What's your go-to meal that if you want to impress?
Oh, on the road, you can't go past a camp oven. If you get the opportunity to get a fire going and have a camp oven, I love to knock up a good camp oven meal. Any sort of stews or anything like that, and something about cooking on a fire, it just always tastes better. So, yeah.
And if you can't have a fire, I reckon the okonomiyaki pancakes are pretty cracking because it's all long life ingredients and you can have it at the end of your camping trip. Nothing in there that needs refrigerating.
Yeah.
One state that you haven't been to that you want to go to?
We've actually ticked them all off. Okay. Not on this trip, but overall in our travels. This trip, the big one we haven't got to yet is Tassie. Yeah. So Tassie will be coming up in the near future. Yeah. We have been there before, pre-kids and everything. A very different trip.
It's a magical time of our lives.
Yeah, we're looking forward to doing that in the van. Yeah.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
We're winter people. Yeah.
Nice. Is that because of fires?
Nah, snowboarding. And yeah, we do love getting around a campfire and rugging up.
Cold weather camping is the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. Because you can have a campfire, you can rug up, have your little hot water bottles and
we love
just toasty as. Yeah.
Simon, Liz, thank you very much.
Thanks
It's been awesome.
Thanks for having us along on the trip too.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
It's been awesome having you guys.
Cheers.